So I was reading a newspaper article yesterday about a woman who had been arrested for having a miscarriage. And in my dismay and disappointment and knowing of how the past can often be a pattern for the present, I went to hit share on my social media networks. And it dawned on me as I was getting ready to hit the enter button that it was not appropriate for me to share someone else's story in that way, but it was important for me to share my stories in this way. My stories do not involve miscarriage. I have not had that experience, but I have had 2 abortions. I have had 2 abortions that have been with ease and grace available and accessible to me. The first time I was in my early 20s and with a longtime partner, and the birth control failed. There was a mutual decision to terminate the pregnancy, and that mutual decision was supported by the people around us, especially me. I was asked what I needed. I was asked if I needed extra company. I was checked in on before and after, and felt in the process no shame and no shaming. When I got pregnant again, about 10, 12 years later, again, older and wiser, but still knowing I did not want to be a mother. And also knowing that the sexual partner I was with at the time was not going to be interested in raising another human being with me for the entirety of that human being's life. I had also begun what I'd hoped to be a lifetime career within the criminal justice system. And I was not going to lose that opportunity. Again, I was supported by both friends and family and colleagues, and never felt shamed, and never felt for myself anything resembling regret then or now. I know that if I had had a child, this evolutionary process that I have been in and that is coming to the fore could not have happened. I could not have done the things I have done for myself or others if I had become a mother. I'm reminded very strongly recently that for me, in part because I am a white woman, in part because most of my life I have had health insurance, and in part because I had a mother who was a physician, I had access to services with ease that other people don't have, that may not ever have again if this election goes in one particular way. And that's not being overly dramatic. I know that most of the time the past does not predict the future. However, we have already been in the spaces and in the time when women's health, including abortions, and care for after miscarriages has not been accessible, has been illegal or unavailable. We risk having that again. When somebody can be arrested for having a miscarriage in the United States of America because others believe their body should be a vessel in a singular fashion, not in a reflection of how extraordinary our lives can be with or without being mothers, we limit women and girls in so many ways. There is no 10-year-old or 11-year-old child who should be forced to become a mother when her rapist isn't forced to go to jail. There is no woman who should have to be afraid of being pregnant and dying because of that pregnancy, nor should any woman be afraid of terminating that pregnancy and dying because of it. I feel very strongly about the power of women's presence in their own lives. Apparently, there are others that are afraid of that power and choose particular methods to control that. Not everyone is in a place to share their abortion and miscarriage stories. I am. I think the more that we share these stories, the more that we humanize each other, with our tears, with our shame, and with our lack thereof the shame, and the joy that comes with the capacity for living to our fullest, whether we are mothers or not, is important. I also feel that it is incredibly important to share this as this very particular vessel to remind everyone that God is nothing other than love. God is nothing other than love. There is no judgment. There is no shame. There is nothing of unlove that comes from the energy we call God. So when religion is used, or the threat of not loving or being loved is used as a way to control women and their access to resources, it's a reminder that we have a lot of work to do, and that we can love each other in our differences, and we can love women and girls enough to give them the life they seek and need, as deliberate individuals who also hold the power of love. That's all. Bye-bye. Till next time.